Basically, what is this here? This is just like this series here, whereby they are saying determine n. If these values they add up to, you see this thing, it has an equal sign. Okay? So it means this series, it adds up to 765. And this thing, if you're going to say it in weights, this thing here means exactly the same thing. They're saying calculate the sum of the following series given the general term, which will add up to 650. So calculate n, which is the value that we substitute to get the last term. Ne? Okay, let's do that. Now, how do we work with sigma notations? We expand first. So let's go and expand. Step 1, expansion. So if we expand this thing, what are we going to have? We're going to have 3 again. Multiplied by, this is the value that we substitute to get the first term. Ne? So it's 3 multiplied by 1 plus 1 close bracket plus, we have 3 multiplied by 2 plus 1 plus, we have 3 multiplied by 3 plus 1 plus dot, 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 dot. Now look at this one. The last one, how are we going to do it? We're going to say we have 3 multiplied by, instead of k, what do we put? Yeah, the value on top is the value that we substitute to get the what there? The last term. So you have 3 multiplied by n plus 1. Like this. Yes. I didn't say this value. I got one that I gave it to us as n. So it's n.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I said for examination purposes, I'm hoping which you will get something that looks like this. You see here, you'll put m, but it's clear which there's a difference between m and n. Like you can't confuse the two. Here, it's like you'll have to say we have n that is there on top, and then we also have n, which is the number of terms, which is a little bit confusing. Now, it's the reason why they did this, you know why? If k is 1 here, the n and the number that we substitute to get the last term, they're exactly the same. It differs only when here, if you started with a different number, but let's say you start with 2, then the n and the number that we substitute to get the last term, they differ. Does it make sense? So what are we going to look for, Tina Manch? Let's do it exactly the way it is. Huh? It doesn't make sense. Okay. So here's what we have. In a sigma notation, we have the value that we substitute to get the first term. This is the, so we substituted it there. What do you have on top here? It's the value that we substitute to get the last term. If it was a numerical value, you would put, let's say it was state, you'll come and put, this is state here. So you do exactly the same thing, nothing has changed. You write the first 3 terms and then you write the last term. So what are you going to have then? This one multiplied by this one, it gives us 4. Okay? Plus 7, plus 10, plus 3n plus 1, like this, okay? Sure. So what are we going to do next? We are going to determine what kind of a pattern it is, okay? What kind of a series it is. Step 2. Step 2. Check the kind of sequence or the kind of series it is. Check the kind of check the series. If is geometric or arithmetic. Check the series if is. I said if is. If it is. Okay, you write it in English. I'm not teaching you. There's no one who's going to ask your mom upset you. It is. It is. All right. It is. Check if the series is geometric. Okay, we said, let's check. If we say this one subtract this one, we get 3. Ne? This one subtract this one. So what kind of a series it is? So we go and say Sn is going to be given as n all over 2 2a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. Okay? Now, we have Sn. Let's go and tell them. We know what is Sn. Sn is what? Huh? Sn. Again, you see, they said the sum, you see, if you see equals to, it means put the sum of the following series is going to be equal to what? 650. So you come and put 650 there. Instead of Sn, what are we going to put there? 650. You put 650, which is going to be equal to n all over 2. We know what is a. What is a? First time again. So we have 2 multiplied by 6. I wanted to see if you're awake. Okay, it's 4. Plus n minus 1 multiplied by 3. Close bracket. And then the first thing that it's up to you. This is maths. Which one? How do you want to make the maths to be simple? I would say remove the 2. So if we multiply by 2 and then we multiply by 2, multiply by 2, it gives us 1,300. And then we have n, open bracket.
Yes.
2 multiplied by, what do you get? 2 multiplied by 4. Okay, you're going to have 8 plus, and then you multiply this one multiplied by this one, 3n minus 3. Now inside your brackets, you have like terms again. So you have n, open bracket, is 3n plus 5, which is going to be 1,300. Now look at this here. If you say this one multiplied by this one, what do you get? 3n squared. This one multiplied by this one?
Plus 5n.
Plus 5n. Already it's a quadratic because it has a square. Okay? If it's a quadratic, then it is advisable to take this one to this other side. And then we have minus 1,300. Then we have minus 1,300. Okay. Then if it's like this, then you can, it's minus, by the way. It's not positive. It looks like a positive. Okay. So it's minus 1,300. Okay, from here onwards, you still have to factorize it. Okay. You can use the quadratic formula. So we have 3n. We have n. What are the factors that will give us 5? Minus 20 this side.
Yes.
This side. Minus 20. And then this one plus 65. So it means which here you have 65. Yeah. So this one is plus. Okay. And then we get n is going to be equal to minus 65 all over 3 again. And then over n is going to be equal to what? 20. Therefore, S20 is the one which is going to be equal to 650. But that's not what we're looking for, remember. What are we looking for, Tim? We're looking for the number that we substitute to get the last term. So basically, we have these two. Here's what we have. Sometimes they differ, sometimes they're the same. In this question, we are lucky because they're the same. So you come and say, okay, here's what you have. One. You have this value here, which is the value that we just got. It's what? It's 20. Okay? Actually, we just got S20. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be equaling to, on top, whatever is written on top. That is why I said it's confusing here. It's supposed to be a different letter. Then in this case, it's n. And then we'll say minus. What is written at the bottom? It's 1. Plus 1. What is minus 1 and plus 1? It's 0. Therefore, n is going to be equal to what? 3. Are we fine?